Hi, everybody. Welcome into Sports Talk Chicago. My name's Jon Zaghloul. Great to have you here on Channel 59.3 BPOD TV and Roku. Big show today. So many headlines to get to. Allen Robinson is no longer a Bear. He left as the Bears did not choose to franchise tag him. Mitch Trubisky and the New York Giants could be nearing a deal. And Aaron Rodgers will be staying in Green Bay for at least 2 more years. What's it mean for the Bears? We'll break it all down in just a second. Before we get started, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jon Z Sports and on Facebook at Jon Zaghloul. You can watch more of this show. Search up Sports Talk Chicago on YouTube or go to sportstalkchicago.com. You can watch more shows from the BPOD TV network. Search up BPOD TV on YouTube. Well, kind of expected this, right? Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. There were reports, conflicting reports, that maybe last week a last-minute deal could be done, but obviously it didn't. As of today, Allen Robinson is a free agent and most likely will not be returning to Chicago. When I saw this report at first, I was understandably disappointed. Really thought there could have been a last-minute deal done with this new regime. Obviously, Robinson's problem was with Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace, not Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. But regardless, it looks like it's over for Allen Robinson. Report here from Diana Brusini, adding to the Courtney Cronin spot-on reporting here. The Bears will in fact let Allen Robinson hit free agency. No tag is expected to be used. A fresh start for the receiver coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in 2019 and 2020. I don't really know what to say. Robinson, as we know, was screwed last year. That's been proven a number of times. You could say you don't believe it, but everybody was screwed under Matt Nagy's offensive scheme. And there's evidence to support Robinson's claim. 66 catches last year after 100-plus in 2018 and 2019. And 2020 even, too. Allen Robinson was a quality number 1 wide receiver, and to me, he still is one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL today. He's gone. The Bears lost him. Now, many of you might say, well, who cares? Let him go. He sucks. Didn't block for us. No effort last year. You might say that, and that's fine. But when you take a look at the rest of the wide receiver market, that's when you might get a bit scared. Who's out there? Mike Williams just got locked up. Guy I said who could be a great replacement for Robinson, he's off the board. Devontae Adams, franchise tagged. Godwin, unavailable. The Bears are going to have to look to the draft if they want to upgrade at wide receiver. Simply put, the problem is this. Ryan Poles said a week ago, we need a bailout wide receiver for Justin Fields. As of today, they don't have that. They let go of their bailout guy. I'm not going to blast Ryan Poles because maybe he has something else up his sleeve, but at the surface, not a great move here. And it totally contradicts what you said the week before. Who better to be a bailout wide receiver than Allen freaking Robinson? A guy with 2+ 1,000-yard seasons, 2+ 100-catch seasons. It's extremely unfortunate to see his time here in Chicago come to an end like this, too. Say what you want about last year. Allen Robinson, for the most part, did a lot of good things here in Chicago, on and off the field. Should have been honored better and not kind of thrown away like he was. I just find it a bit shameful, kind of like when Mitch Trubisky left. There was no goodbye video. There was no big-time goodbye from the fan base. Everybody said, good riddance, get the hell out. Bears didn't even do a goodbye video for Mitch Trubisky, but they did for Charles Leno. That's my point. Kind of felt like that for Allen Robinson. And the fact that he did so good and was kind of almost forced out is different. I know many people probably are excited about this move and happy, and that's fine. I get it. Last year, not the best year. Sure, gave up on his team even though it was sabotaged. I understand it. But he played well. He was a mainstay as a Bears wide receiver for a couple of years. I mean, he defined somewhat of an era in Bears football. a more modern era. The Bears have never had historically great wide receivers. I mean, Marty Booker held a record for the Bears at wide receiver. Think about that. Marty Booker, of all people. The point being, the Bears have never been a good wide receiving team. They had a great one in Robinson. He's gone now. Fine. There could have been a better send-off, to me. There wasn't. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a bit too emotionally invested, but Robinson did a lot of good things for this team that really hadn't been seen consistently. 100-plus catches, couple years in a row, 1,000-plus yards, couple years in a row. Thinking about that he did that with a plethora of different quarterbacks in 2020. I mean, that's more than impressive. I know I've said this a number of times. I'll say it again. Allen Robinson is a very good wide receiver. He will find somewhere to go. Guaranteed. No one's going to think about this past year. Matt Nagy was the problem. I will continue to say this. He's one of those rare guys that doesn't need a quarterback to succeed. 100-plus catches, 1,000-plus yards with Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles in 2020. A midseason quarterback change. You know, there are so many wide receivers I could think of where their numbers completely dip when a quarterback change is made. Not his. So for teams looking around at the wide receiving market, which is a bit weak, considering Allen Robinson should be at the top of everybody's list. Especially, too, when you're playing under Matt Nagy here in Chicago to put up 2 straight 1,000-yard seasons, 2 straight 100-catch seasons, with a quarterback controversy on top of it, and a coach that tried to sabotage you. There's a hell of a lot of value in that. There's a ton of value in that. Not many receivers like him today who depend on a quarterback. We hear it all the time. Oh, they have a great connection. Oh, they do great together. Jay Cutler, Earl Bennett. I mean, we hear it all the time. There are very few wide receivers where you could say, it doesn't matter who the hell the quarterback is, they're going to perform. Allen Robinson performed despite a quarterback controversy that shocked this entire city in 2020. Think about that. 100-plus catches, 1,000-plus yards. Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles put up those numbers. That's unbelievable. Oh, and by the way, has a coach who tried to sabotage him, reportedly. I believe it. So when you put all those factors together, Allen Robinson will be a hot commodity. Should get a very good deal. Should be near the top of the wide receiver free agency list. What's not to like? The guy's productive, makes great plays, and did all that here in Chicago. Again, and I want to emphasize this, Chicago is not usually known for their wide receivers, for their offense in general. And he did that with the Bears. That should garner serious interest. And I would hope he goes somewhere where he's appreciated. More than anything, it'd be a waste of talent. And last year was a waste of talent. For him to sit here and deal with whatever happened between Matt Nagy, not playing him, no targets, new quarterback, rookie quarterback, 3 different quarterbacks. He needs a fresh start, and he needs to go somewhere where he's going to be appreciated. He is, by all means, a WR1. Wherever he goes, he should be a number 1 guy. No doubt. If not a high-end number 2, or 1A, 1B type situation. He's a highly sought-after commodity. He should go somewhere where he gets paid fairly. But even more than that, I really hope he goes somewhere where he's appreciated. It's a waste of talent. I want him to win a Super Bowl. I mean, to be honest, I want him to win a Super Bowl. Great wide receiver. Shouldn't have to deal with coaches sabotaging him, different quarterbacks, quarterback carousel, not getting targets, potentially on purpose. That's ridiculous. I really hope he goes somewhere where he's cherished, appreciated, where he puts up great numbers, goes back to 2020 form, and hopefully wins something of significance. This guy has brought it with the Jacksonville Jaguars, now to an extent the Chicago Bears. Go somewhere where you're going to win, where they're going to treat you like extremely well. So I wish the best to Allen Robinson. If the Bears don't want to make a farewell video, nobody else wants to acknowledge it, this is his farewell video right here. Farewell, Allen Robinson. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for all the good things you did here in Chicago, both on and off the field. And I hope, for your sake, for everybody's sake, win a Super Bowl. Go somewhere where you're going to be a winner. Don't think about only the money. Allen, if you're watching this, don't think about only the money. Go somewhere where you're going to be appreciated, number one, and where, number two, you have a serious opportunity to win the Super Bowl. Please. I would be heartbroken for him if he never wins a Super Bowl. If he sits around and has his career end with the Jets or something. Jaguars, Bears, and Jets, you got to be kidding me. Go somewhere where you are going to win, where they're ready to win. Don't go into another project.